Hello guys, this is the last episode of HTML course. Okay guys, in this episode I want to talk about inspect elements and forms in HTML5 and something else. Maybe it is a question for you. Maybe you don't have open with live server. You want to know how to use this option in Visual Studio Code. This is an extension. You can add this extension from the here extensions, search live server. This is live server. I installed this extension in the past. You can install this extension, and after that you have opened with live server. Okay guys, next go to know what inspect elements do. For example, think we have a division, say hi, and again we have a span, say a span, or another thing, it's an href or a link, hyperlink. I don't know why. Okay. Now I open my file with live server. Okay guys, right click and open inspect. This is our HTML file code. You can do this with every site you want. This is an option for browsers. This is our header. Can you see our title, form, and inspect? You can change it. Forms. Can you see it's changed, but it's just changed in your screen and your file, not just in the server. For example, if I reload this, the changes are not applied to server. And again, we have body. You can see we have division here. We can change this one to a span again. It goes to a span. Can you see this is not black display, this goes inline. Again, I wanna change it to division, or you can use this one, edit as HTML, and edit your code. For example, add another division. Oh, sorry, okay, 9998. Can you see you can make every changes and you can debug your codes here. We have something else in here. I will teach you and talk about here more in the CSS part, because this is for styles. For example, I wanna add a color to my text, color red. Can you see to get a style or information about your element here, margin, border, padding, and width and height. But again, those are CSS options. It's not about our tutorial right now, but in the future we have too many work with them. Again, we can see scripts or everything we have in our page. This inspect element, this is too easy and too useful for debugging your HTML code or make changes live. For example, you don't want to go to the Visual Studio to change your tags. You want to see the result for the first here. For example, I add this span, I see the result, and after that I can change it here because I'm sure about my result. Okay, let's go to forms in HTML5. Form HTML. W3 school. I start here with form tag. Form tag have two options, action and method. We have two methods, post and get. In these days, we don't work with them because we are working with API and API working with Ajax or JavaScript and everything like that. But I talk about get and post. An action is for example, you wanna send your form data to another page, for example, post.php. But here we don't need action. We just add, for example, contact about.html. After that, I use an input here. Input text, name, my name, NID, my name again. Okay, this is just for test. For example, if I set the method in get mode, I have a form here, but I don't have submit button. Excuse me. Input submit. Input submit. Submit. Okay, guys. For example, I write my name Ali from DGDev and submit my form. Can you see? This is in the URL. This is not safe, and you can't send big datas. But in post mode, oh sorry, Ali from DGDev. Can you see? This in post mode, our page isn't running because for post we have to get the result with your server, and this is not in the URL, and you can send big data, no different how much, but URL, for example, it can be good, and it's just about for example, okay, you can just send data, but not more than URL length. Your maximum data can be your maximum URL length. See again. So get can you see my name equals to this one, ASD, and this is a bad thing for important data. For important data, you should to use post method. Okay, guys, this is action. I have a notes for get and post from level 3 school. Forget appends form data into the URL in the name or value pairs. I said this. The length of a URL is limited about 3000 characters. This is about the limitations I said to you. Never use get to send sensitive data. Useful for form submissions where a user wants to bookmark the result. Get is better for non-secure data like query strings in Google. For the post, appends form data inside the body of the HTTP request. Data is not shown in the URL. It means you can read the data in your URL. Has no size limitations. We don't have limitation here. Form submissions with post cannot be bookmarked. This is disadvantage. Okay, we goes out from method, and again we don't have work with them because I said we work with APIs. This is for the past, but I have to talk about this. Okay, guys, HTML forms. We have a form tag, and again we have label and input tag. What is label? What is input? Seeing first name is a label. For example, you want to describe your field. What is this field? What client should input in this field? And this is your field is an input. Okay, I want to make an introduction form, for example, name, last name, and age, and telephone number and email. Let's start with the label. Name, or first name. After that, I have excuse me, an input. In input we have type. Type is an attribute is for specify which kind of data user can input in this field. Here we have first name, and first name is a text, is an string. After that, we have another attribute, placeholder. What is placeholder? I'll show you. Please enter your first name. Okay, let's go to how to show you what is placeholder. Guys, excuse me, I have to use this. Guys, can you see, please enter your first name. Can you see when I write in field, the text removed, and the color is gray, as different from the master color of our field text. Okay, this is placeholder, and we have a value. And what is value? Enter your name. This value is this, for example, Ali Digital. It's not removed. If you type, it's continue in your text and add your new characters in your text. And again, for example, we call this value. The text, which one when you're typing is this isn't removed, this value. But I have to make value equals empty because we want when user type, the text will be removed. After that, we have another attribute, we call it name. First name. And we can add ID, first name. Guys, we have an option in the labels. For example, when click on the first name, your browser autofocus and your input. How we can do this? It's so easy. The labels have a attribute for. For do this for us. I add a for to my label, and here I should write, I'm not sure, but let's check it. The name in the for, the name of your field. Okay, it's not work. This is not the name. This is ID of your input. Can you see when I click this on this, is autofocus on my input. Right, ID in for. Okay guys, I wanna go to the next type of input. After that, I wanna use a BR. I hope you remember what BR do. Again, a label for number, an input number, ID number, and name number. Okay guys, this is number. We can enter characters in this, but this is a bug. Let's see. We can add this is a bug in HTML. We can add in number, but with JavaScript we can control forms in the best and the safest way we have. Okay guys, this is number field. You can just enter number in this field, and we have arrow counter here. You can remove this with CSS. After that, I wanna talk about another field, label color. Your favorite is favorite color. I'm not sure about favorite, but excuse me. Input color. This is color type. So the value is color code, and they are useful. All of the inputs are good, and we work with them too much. Okay. The next form or input type is I don't use label from here. I want to explain inputs quickly. Next is date time. Time. Oh, guys, date time is not date. Yes, this date. We have a calendar here, and we can select a date or in a calendar. And after that, we have another input, email. Okay, can you see it shows emails in the past we entered in email fields in another site, for example this.email. And the next field is for, I don't know, but I know right now, email and file. This is for choose a file from your system to upload in your server. This is file. You can see cover.jpg is file value. For upload files in your server, we should use HTML or jQuery, or send your form with post or get method, excuse me, to your backend. We have input button. This is a button, nothing. For example, if you add this, it's like submit button. Action, we don't have action. Action is about .html method get. Okay, if I submit, it's not work. This is not submit. Type is submit. We should use the type is submit. Can you see send them? What if we use an attribute which is required? We can send your form because we tell in my code the email field is required, but another fields is not important to fill them. We can send them empty. You can see if I write this, it said please include an @ in email address and complete this e.o. Now we can send our form. This is required option, and we have another attribute. We call this read only. For example, I want to add for my first name input read only attribute, and I write a value ali dg dev. Let's go see the result. It's ali digitf, and we can't change it or remove this because this is read only field. Another input, checkbox, and sorry, oh, checkbox, okay. Checkbox, it's we should to use label because we don't know what's for this. It's for example, do you agree the rules? Okay. Rules and rules. This checkbox, if you want to by default is checked, you can use checked attribute. By default is checked. Another input is hidden input is for save data in your form and it is not shown to the users. And another input, password. Yes, this password input, oh, sorry, password. Okay guys, this is password input. We can see the characters the users enters. Another input, we have many inputs, but I can't explain all of them because it gets more time. You can go and read about them. They are easy. They are we should not to talk about all of them. Search input, search and a placeholder, search everything you want. This is search input. You see this is a close icon, and your end. Okay guys, time you are weak. No, I wanna use radio group. Let's go read about radio group. Radio group HTML. Okay guys, before this I wanna talk about text area. For example, think you have blank text in your form. For example, describe yourself or what is your suggestion or everything. Describe. Oh, this is text area. You can see it's a big field, and you can write how many lines you want in this, and you can change columns and rows. For example, 20 to 5 rows. Now think I wanna make the height bigger. I'm gonna add this 50. You can see it's bigger. Okay, but 5 is enough. Radio. Guys, this is a radio group. I wanna copy this to save time for us. I'm sorry. If you focus, you can get the name of all of them are same. For example, sing, you wanna ask your client which language you know, but the client just can select one language. This is radio group. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It's just can select one of them, but if I change one of them name, this goes in the right way. Can you see the HTML is not changes because the name is not same. If you want to make group between radios, you should make all of them name the same. Right, the name same. Is too easy for radio. Input type radio and ID. All of the inputs are like each other and no difference between inputs. And we have another tag, option group in HTML. Option group in HTML. And guys, again, I copy paste this br. Let me clear my code position. Okay guys, this is a label, you know this is select option. We have cars, choose your cars, select. Option group is Volvo cars and it's German cars. And now I want to add another group, for example, custom cars. Test this. Guys, it's not important what the name you enter here. In the server you can just get the value. For example, if a client select Mercedes, the value is sent to server is Mercedes. For example, if I write value 996, when user select Mercedes, 996 goes to the server. This is just for you for show to client. Okay guys, we open select tag and we write option with label and option with value, option group and options. Let's go see the result. Choose a car, Volvo, Swedish cars. This is this one, the label, Volvo, German cars and custom cars. Guys, we have lots of inputs. Again, I say this and never I talk about all of them, but I talk about the importance of them. And now you have a good knowledge, but if you wanna increase your knowledge about forms in HTML, you should to go to the W3 school and another site and read about them, because all of them are not useful, but maybe in one day maybe you should to use an input. Which one we never talk about this in this tutorial. Guys, excuse me for this long tutorial because this is the last episode of HTML and I wanted to talk about all of the inputs in forms and form in just one episode and not two episodes. And we have another episode for HTML, but this is not tutorial, this is just training. And the next episode I share is just training about HTML, and after that we go to learning CSS3 in HTML and using HTML. And now we are just getting to the interesting part, and I hope and wish everything will be good for you, and goodbye. Oh, sorry, please subscribe our channel. Now, goodbye.